Paladin exists to help people invest in a pro-life fashion, meet their financial goals, do it, in a clean fashion.
Our offices are located in Front Royal, Virginia, which is about 60 miles west of Washington, D.C. But we do have clients in about 30 states right now.
Our typical client, ranges from $250,000 up until a few million.
Paladin Financial was started in answer to a lot of Catholics being uncomfortable with where they had their money invested. For instance, people were coming to us and complaining about the fact that some of their money was invested in shares in companies that they had a philosophical disagreement with. I think clients get the idea that there's maybe 11 corporations out there that we can invest in. No, there are thousands. And our job is to apply our ethical criteria to them and then choose from what we consider to be the best of those remaining corporations.
With funds, we screen them on at least an annual basis or every few quarters to ensure that the individual companies, what's under the hood of that fund, and that they're clean.
We realize that we can use our moral screening and build the client a portfolio that he and his family might be comfortable with. But at the end of the day, if we're not having good investment returns, we haven't really done him a service.
It's funny because we've spoken with prospective clients that they've been with the same broker for maybe 10, 15 years. They're not anxious to change, but yet they haven't met any of their financial goals.
Some of the clients that come to us, if they've been with a larger firm, one of the things that happens is that they're just kind of lost in the numbers and they're sort of a number to them. By working with a smaller firm, what you're able to do is have the individual attention which you don't normally have with a larger firm.
We know that our clients are very philanthropic. So for instance, I have this one client. He might not be wealthy. He doesn't have millions of dollars, but he for instance saw a need with this local school in Minnesota whereby he wanted to sponsor scholarships for individual students.
The center of my life is Christ and the service to those that follow Christ. That's the center of my life. I'm involved in finance and helping them, yes, but ultimately the center of my life is not finance because it's not the center of the lives of my clients.
We do share a lot in common with our clients, whether it be our prayer life, going to Mass on a daily basis. A lot of my clients know that if they call me at 5 to 12, it's not a great time because many times I do try and make Mass when I can.
I may get a homeschooling question because they realize that I'm involved in homeschooling for quite a long time, many years, and that my wife and I homeschool our children. So it's not uncommon that someone will call up and ask a question about that. What books should they be using? What types of things are you doing? And that really makes us realize that we're going above the investment world itself. As a Catholic, I believe in free enterprise, and I realize that God ordained free enterprise. But I also realize that He didn't ordain us to be making money on things that were not ethical. Ultimately, we realize that God is the author of creation. He wants man to be creative in his pursuits, but at the same time, man should be glorifying God with his economic pursuits.